Premier League reigning champions Manchester City and their runners-up in Arsenal have been handed a tough start ahead of the 2024-2025 Premier League season. This is after the Premier League officially released the fixtures for the forthcoming season. Welcome back to the Football Tribe YouTube channel. 𝐷𝐼𝐒 is my name. I hope you're all doing well. I hope you're enjoying all the action from the Euros 2024 in Germany. Quite incredible action that we've been treated to, but there have also been some underwhelming performances, at least for me particularly, from the likes of England in their 1-0 victory against Serbia, as well as that 1-0 victory for France against Austria yesterday. Not to mention, we've also had some stunning results, one being Belgium being beaten up against by Slovakia there by 1-0. So clearly, surprising result we did see yesterday. I thought Belgium didn't get enough chances for them to warrant themselves even earning a point. Yes, they did score. Was it 2 or 3 goals that were ruled out by VAR? 2 of those being by Romelu Lukaku. But anyway, very, very incredible action. It all started with Germany beating up against Scotland by 5-1. Toni Kroos showing us that, you know, he's aging just like fine wine. He will be hanging his boots at the end of this tournament and calling it quits to football. Personally, I would have loved to continue to watch him play because he makes football look incredibly easy. He was sensational in that opening fixture. Again, then N'Golo Kante, for those of you who think that he's playing in a lesser league, in the Saudi Pro League, yesterday was voted man of the match in that victory for France against Austria. Kylian Mbappe, who had a horrible injury, so to speak, considered to be a nose break. It has been reported that he has returned to the French camp, so from hospital and all that. As far as transfer news is concerned, things have been a bit slow. There's not so much, sensational news or eyebrow-raising news because of the Euros, and that's quite understandable. Although there are a few deals that are happening here and there are negotiations going on amongst clubs, including Manchester United in their pursuit for Gerard Braithwaite, the defender from Everton. Of course, we all know about Juventus' pursuit of Douglas Luiz from Aston Villa in that double swap deal. And then we all know that Benjamin Sesko did snap Arsenal and Chelsea to stay at RB Leipzig, and Arsenal now switched their focus to signing a midfielder and all that. But anyway, today our focus is on the Premier League 2024-2025. The fixtures are out, and Arsenal has been handed a very tough start to the forthcoming season, because in their opening 5 fixtures, they will play at least 3 of the teams that finished in between 1st and 6th place. And amongst those will be Aston Villa, will be Manchester City, and will be Tottenham Hotspurs. So clearly, it will be a tough start for the Gunners. But again, if you want to compete for the Premier League, if you want to compete for that title and eventually lift it, these are kind of situations that you've got to have to be prepared for. Of course, we do all expect that they will try to reinforce their squad. They'll have to let some players go, including the likes of Reece Nelson, who has requested that he would want to explore his options this summer. There are questions over the likes of Fabio Vieira, the likes of Emile Smith-Rowe. Eddie Nketiah could be on his way out. It's reported that Fulham are interested in his services, among a few other players. So we all know that AC Milan and Juventus are interested in the services of the Polish international, that is 𝐘𝐎𝐒, although Arsenal are reluctant to make a deal. I think they will have to weigh their options. But anyway, it will be a difficult start for the Gunners. Their opening fixture will be at home against Wolverhampton Wanderers. And then they will have 3 away trips in their opening 5 fixtures. So that means they will only play 2 games at home in their opening 5. So incredibly difficult. And the running for those 5 fixtures for the Gunners will be Wolves at home in the opening fixture. Then they will play Aston Villa away. Then they will play Brighton and Hove Albion, and then play Tottenham Hotspurs before. That's at the Tottenham Hotspur Stadium before traveling to the Etihad Stadium, where they will play Manchester City on match day 5. But before playing Manchester City, just after the Tottenham game, it is around that period that Arsenal will be expected to play their first game in the UEFA Champions League for next season. So that's why I do contend that this will be an incredibly tough start for the Gunners, and Mikel Arteta and his squad will have to prepare a little extra for the start of the season. Of course, you do expect that some of these players may have to come back from the Euros a bit tired, so they will have a small break. The likes of Kai Havertz, Leandro Trossard, Bukayo Saka, Declan Rice, name it, depending on how far their respective countries go into the tournament. But that's the expectation for the Gunners. Then Manchester City, the reigning champions, also do play at least two of the teams that finished in the top six last season in their opening 5 fixtures. So another difficult start for yet again Pep Guardiola. But nothing is not accustomed to in his last 8 years at the Etihad, at the stewardship of Manchester City. You'd think that if anybody or if any manager is always prepared or well prepared and well equipped for the start of a new season, a new campaign, is Pep Guardiola. Usually their first results are not, big results in terms of score lines and score margins. They tend to keep it slow at the start of the season and then sort of grow into the season as the season goes as well. But in those opening 5 fixtures, they will have to play Arsenal and they will have to play Chelsea, who finished 6th last season. Those are the 2 big fixtures that will come in their first 5 fixtures. Of course, they open their campaign with a difficult fixture against Chelsea, but with Chelsea under the charges of his former assistant in Enzo Maresca, I know he will pose a big challenge for Pep Guardiola. But if anything, Pep Guardiola has proven to us that he's very capable of beating teams managed by his former either players or former assistants. We've seen that against Mikel Arteta. We've seen that against Vincent Kompany during his time at Burnley, although he only managed Burnley for 1 season in the Premier League and has since joined Bayern Munich as their new manager. But anyway, that will be their opening fixture for Manchester City, and then they will follow that up with a fixture against Ipswich Town. Then they will play West Ham United as well as Brentford and then Arsenal to complete their opening 5 fixtures of the new Premier League season. That is the 2024-2025 season that will be forthcoming. Elsewhere, the other teams that we will look at and their first 5 games will be Manchester United. Of course, we all know that Manchester United have made the decision to retain manager Erik ten Hag as their manager going into next season. There were question marks. Manchester United did speak to the likes of Thomas Tuchel. There was speculation of Mauricio Pochettino taking on the reins. Of course, there was reported interest in Brentford manager Thomas Frank. Ian McKenna of Ipswich Town was mentioned in that conversation and all that. But at the end of the day, after the season review or the post-season review at Manchester United, they did decide to retain their Dutch international, that is Erik ten Hag, to steer them into next season, having won the FA Cup last season, and they will now have a chance to play in the Europa League next season. So you do expect that Manchester United will reinforce their squad. Again, like I just mentioned, they are interested in that Everton defender, Gerard Braithwaite. Although negotiations are still ongoing, they are interested in signing a midfielder or even 2 midfielders and also signing a striker. But we'll wait to see how the transfer window, which is officially open, transpires for the Red Devils. But anyway, Manchester United will open up the Premier League season officially. That is on Friday night on the 16th of August 2024 when they host Fulham at Old Trafford. So that will be the opening fixture of the new season, the 2024-2025 Premier League season. And after playing Fulham, they will play Brighton and Hove Albion. They will play their arch rivals in Liverpool. They will play Southampton and then Crystal Palace to complete their opening 5 fixtures. Moving away from Manchester United, will stay with their rivals in Liverpool, who finished 3rd last season. Their opening fixture will come against Ipswich Town, and then they will play Brentford. From there, they will play Manchester United and then play Nottingham Forest before completing their first 5 fixtures with a fixture against FC Bournemouth. And then speaking matters at Chelsea. For Chelsea, they will open their campaign with a fixture against Manchester City, the reigning champions. Then they will play Wolverhampton Wanderers. Then follow that with Crystal Palace. That's a London derby. Then play Bournemouth, and then play West Ham United in another London derby to complete their opening 5 fixtures of the season. The other team that we'll look at will be Tottenham Hotspurs. Of course, Ange Postecoglou is their manager. Really looking forward to the new season, hoping that he will let go of some players because of mentality issues, as per his own, assertion, and then make some major recruitments to compete next season. He does want to compete for the Premier League title and any other piece of silverware that could be available at his disposal. But anyway, to open up his campaign, he will be facing Leicester City. Leicester City, who are yet to replace manager Enzo Maresca, who has since joined Chelsea. Reports do indicate that they have had conversations with former Brighton and Hove manager and former Chelsea manager in Graham Potter, but we are waiting to see what kind of progress they do make on that front. But it sounds like he's their primary candidate in replacing Enzo Maresca on that front. So after playing Leicester City, Spurs will play Everton, then they will play Newcastle, and then play Arsenal in the North London derby, as well as Brentford in another London derby there to complete their first 5 fixtures for the season. So those are the big 6 teams that I have looked at with their opening 5 fixtures that they will be playing respectively. Do let me know what your thoughts are about these opening fixtures for your respective teams that you do support. If you're new to the channel, do not forget to like, comment, share, and do subscribe to the channel and turn on your notification bell so that you can be notified once we publish new content. Otherwise, thank you for always taking the time to watch this channel, and I wish you the best of a wonderful week. See you next time. Stay blessed.